Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, guys? We are back. We are gonna do something a little different today. You got myself, we have Brandon Redmond of Team 64, and Scott, who you guys know already. We're out at Addison Oaks in Leonard, Michigan. And yeah, it's kind of a really cool deuce or die type course. We are gonna do a triple threat today. It's gonna be 1v1v1, and we're gonna be playing for a disc, so winner takes all. Hopefully all of us do really well.
Well, I'm playing blind, so I'm ready.
Yeah, so.
And I'm coming off injury, so
we're even better.
No, whatever. We're also playing in the winter.
We all have excuses to why Zach might do this.
We're all putting it out there.
Yeah. Also winter golf. It's gonna affect everybody. All right, let's go play. Tails bail.
What?
Tails bail.
You're gonna bail right now.
Probably.
I just saying bail.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Hello.
Tails bail. All right, Redmond's first.
Zach caught.
Heads. Yes!
I'm Bob.
Yep. Hole 1 is 476, and it is straight across right over there. There's some water that kind of guards it. You can go big hyzer to try to attack it, or you're just going to lay up and try to get an easy 3. Yep.
Looks like a perfect layup.
Safe shot.
Zach, next on the tee.
I'm going to do the same thing.
Also pink frisbee.
Yeah.
Appears to be a felon.
It digs.
It's tough to say. It looks like it's short of the water. We'll find out when we get down there. I'm gonna go with a putter. Harp.
Yeah.
That tree? Oh yeah.
That's his fly-by. I don't like the low-hanging branches.
All right, Scott's up first. You can't really see the water, but it's all that snowy stuff is where the water's at.
Kilpie.
Also known as a plate. We did a lot of translating yesterday.
Not all of them. Kiss probably helped.
Yeah, he's right there. Redmond just a little closer. Uh-oh, I'm gonna go see where that boundary's at. Nah, we'll give you that. I'm pretty sure that's safe anyways.
Zach Fortuna flirting with the OB down here.
I still got like 6 feet.
5-6 feet short of it. Brandon Redmond, probably just outside the circle, uphill. What
Gets
a nice
it.
putt.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, this is a very difficult putting green. Nothing like missing those 10-footers.
Redmond takes the lone par. Missed some silly putts, so we're gonna take a one over. So, hole 2. So, hole 2 is 310 feet, and it is down this gap. Don't know if you'll be able to see it.
That was a good one.
So, just peer the gap, go left.
Get off.
So close.
Zach has his VIP long bowman in his hand.
Split the middle?
Went right down the muddle. Got a good kick to the right.
Heck
Down
yeah.
the muddle.
What? Who said muddle?
You.
No, I didn't. You're a muddle.
He's good at making up words.
I'm gonna go for it myself with the VIP long bowman.
He's hoping for a better kick.
This is so good too. Redmond left himself a weird angle. A little inside. Redmond from probably 100 feet away.
Uh-oh, tester. Dun, 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 dun. Zach Fortuna, similar distance, call it 95. Side arming is BT's medium harp.
Medium height?
Medium. Here's Scott, only a couple feet ahead of where I'm at, but he's in a fun little spot underneath this tree.
Kilpie.
Nice up.
Here's Redmond from about 20. Count it.
This is my throw.
All right, redo of the update. After hole 2, it is now 1 over, 1 over, 1 over. Scott and I took a par. Redmond got a bogey. Well, I failed on recording, and I threw a really bad tee shot. You'll see where it ended up. The hole is 301 feet. You want to go straight across up there. There's a creek that plays just short of it, and then there's a road up to the right. I threw my disc at that tree and landed by those trees right there, so you guys didn't really miss anything.
BT Bard.
I think you blocked the flight, But yeah, he's
nice.
parked. Nice shot. All right, what pink disc are you throwing this time?
Limited edition gold line ring. Oh, way too short.
But it's gonna be over it.
It's a little hard to see.
Nope, it's gonna go sidearm to the left side of the tree.
Yep.
$10 feet for par.
Here's Redmond from just outside the circle. Uphill, so it probably plays like 40. Here's Scott from that close away. Yeah. Bang. Score change a little bit. Scott gets lone birdie. We take pars, so it is now even for Scott and then 1 over for Redmond and I. Off to hole 4. Hole 4 says 491. Probably plays just a little over 5. You're basically gonna throw a big anhyzer up and around these trees, and then it's up there.
VIP sword. Oh, it's inside. Yep. Not good.
I'm gonna try to mimic Scott, but I'm gonna...
Little did Zach know that that sword he's throwing is mine.
Inside too. Shouldn't have thrown the sword.
Brandon Redmond with a pink disc. Throwing the pink one, it's a bolt.
Opto bolt.
Much better line than the two of us.
If she's new though, she's gonna
Yeah,
come out.
that's the part that sucks. If you do that, it's... I mean, it's not as hard as where we're at, but it's still a pretty difficult
Hey,
shot.
gonna go with a sidearm, hopefully like a low skip shot. Tournament boatman.
Hi.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It was behind the tree that I'm standing near, so I couldn't see it.
Yeah. Scott's got a little cleaner look. Huh? Getting gutsy with the putter. That was so close. Here is where Redmond now lies after his tee shot. Mid-range of sorts. He's in the circle.
Here we are over at Zach's lie.
Oh my God.
Very early release. Not ideal. We're gonna move up and try that again. Zach from at least 60 uphill probably plays like 80.
Here's Scott from 40. And Brandon with the best second shot out of all of us by far. Is unfortunate.
That was for you, Go Ringer.
All right, after an unfortunate 5 by me, I am now 3 over. Brandon is 2 over.
Yep.
And then Scott is par, or 1 over. On to hole 5. Hole 5 is 320 feet. It is a righty sidearm or turnover. If you're lefty, then you're cheating. But it is down this fairway, up and to the right. All right, Scott with a stag. He's gonna go with a turnover. I think Redmond's gonna go sidearm with a gladiator. It's a little inside.
Zach is throwing a disc that is out of Scott's collection. Elasto Purple Giant.
That's nice. Just gotta miss that tree.
You can't keep that.
Yes, I can. You said I could. Here's where Scott kind of ended up. Basket is like up over there, so he's got to finagle his way over there somehow. He's looking at a putt. Here's Redmond's shot. Looks like he's going to attack this with a Justice as well.
25, basket leaning to your left. It did stay in. Redmond, 17 feet. Bam.
After hole 5, I take the lone birdie. They save a couple pars. I go back down to 2 over. Hole 6 is 400 feet through that. It is, you want to hit that gap and you want to fade left. And there's just a ton of stuff that you can hit. But if you can hit that gap and continue straight, you're doing well.
All right,
I'm going to
Zach.
try a boatman hyzer flip up there. Aw, dang it. That is not a good spot to be, man.
Also equally bad.
Is he the only one that gets through? Yep. All right, here's Scott. He's got to go that way.
He's hidden. We can try to find him. Not bad, he's out.
Here's a look from where my lie's at. Basket's still that way, just somewhere. Scott probably has a couple lines that aren't guaranteed anythings. Oh no. Scott does not gain much distance.
Well, it's a game changer.
Oh yeah.
You're gaining 2 or 3 strokes on the field. Oh, that was,
Damn.
that was looking good.
He still gets out into the fairway. Should be pretty easy up and down from there. After 800 shots, we finally made it to Redmond's. Scott can finally see the basket.
Get there.
Brandon with a little bit of a tester.
Zach from 15 to 17 feet.
After hole 6, there's been a couple score changes. Myself and Redmond both took a 4, so that puts us at 3 over. Scott takes a
6. So now I'm 4 over.
4 over. So hole 7, it looks like it should be like a must get, and it kind of is. You can either take a knife hyzer up that way, skip over to it, and now this is open up more, so you can almost go directly at it.
He's gonna go with the hyzer with the Justice.
Redmond's gonna go up the gut with the Mercy.
Clean.
Yep.
I'd say he's
Saw it
right
finish, but yeah, he's putting.
Road less traffic.
Scott's gonna go with his plate.
Ooh.
Zach from 30, quite a bit downhill, a little death puttish. Pushed it right, left himself at least 15 or 20 feet coming back. That's a good save from Zach. Brandon from no more than 12 to 13 feet from the basket. Bam, easy 2.
I took a par. They birdied, good for them. So proud of them.
Scores are 2 over for Brandon, 3 over for me, 3 over for Zach.
Hole 8 is a really tricky one. It is 330 feet up that way, and it finishes probably right there. All right. Looked like it turned a little much, but it should be down there for a pretty easy shot. All right,
Good out.
that'll work. That'll be a cleanup shot.
Oh, I pulled it inside.
You'll be all right.
Oh, you literally walked directly into the shot. I was watching the disc, and then the disc disappeared
Dude,
into orange.
I step into all my turnovers.
Yeah,
I can't help it.
that's okay. Well, unfortunately, Brandon's shot is lost, so we're gonna give him a drop zone. He's gonna be throwing for 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Here's Zach with the less than ideal line to the basket.
Little inside.
Probably 100, give or take a few.
Good line.
Right next to the pole. Zach's got 12 feet to clean up his 4.
Yeah.
Saves his 4. So that was hole 8. Zach with the 4, Scott with a 4, Brandon with the penalty 5 for the lost disc stroke.
All right, so hole number 9 is 247 feet. Again, through some craziness. Looks like he's gonna go with the La La, also known as the Bard. Little right, but if he gets through everything, that's a putt. I'm gonna go with the sling and try to hyzer flip it up there. Does not hyzer flip it up there.
Gold line Mercy. Get off it.
I'm currently driving the struggle bus.
Zach from a less than fortunate spot. He's got at least 180 to remaining, maybe 200 to the hole. Still got some work to do up top. Brandon from the right side of the fairway. Again, probably a $150 to the hole or so. Looks like a lot of stuff in his way, very obstructed. Kicks a tree, it's on the right side. Maybe 35, 40-ish. Zach, at least 40 left to the hole.
but
Nothing but net, baby.
nice two. Scott with the 1-2.
Jams it in there.
Thank God somebody tuned that. Good job, Scott. All right, scores change a little bit.
I got 30.
Scott gets the lone 2, so he is now at 2 over. Brandon and I are still at 4 over. Hole 10 is 265. It is straight across. Scott is gonna go with his plate. Looks like it stood up nice. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna try to hyzer flip it right there.
We'll go with the Cenis SP.
Old school. Looks good.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just high of the basket on the right. Probably just inside the circle.
Just over top.
Just off the cage. Looks like he's going to take a 4 on this one. Brandon, 25 down, death putt. Beautiful, beautiful birdie.
Good twos. All right, so I go to 5 over. Brendan is 3 over, and Scott is 1 over.
Something like that, yeah.
On to hole 11. Hole 11 is 258. Is straight down the path and up to the right.
Trusty plate.
It's actually a shield, not a plate.
Oh yes.
Looks good. Scott's gonna block it again.
Oh.
I'm assuming he's going sidearm. Go
Got
best
the legs.
disc. Go best disc.
A little short, but
A little short, but in the circle for sure.
Zach, sidearm as well with a purple elasto metal flake giant. Yep, he's simply throwing it in my face because it was my disc. And it kicked left. It is not favorable.
God, dude.
Should probably stop throwing my giant. Gave it a chance, but it's right there. Brandon from 34, 35 feet. Jamming it in.
Very nice.
Playing well today.
Yep. There it is. They both birdie again while I just sit back here and do not that. All right, well, a par for me, birdie for these guys. I stay at 5 over. Scott fights his way back to even. Brandon is back to 2 over. So hole 12 is Scott scopes it out. It is down the fairway up to the left. There's a bunch of guardian trees that as long as you miss those on a hyzer, then you'll be in the putting green or the putting circle.
VIP bar.
yeah,
Looks good.
yeah.
If it stays clean, it's probably in the 20-foot circle.
The proto verdict.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, Zach
Also
with
gonna throw a bar.
looks good. It's hard. I lost sight of it up in the air. Got a little high.
Oh, got caught.
Got caught up on the right side.
The kick was so bad that it was good
Yeah.
and gave him a line. Still a putt though.
Zach with around 60-ish to go. It was kind of a weird bounce. Yeah, it dropped just in front of it. Brandon heading down to his lie. Base of the hill. He's got a good 35. Very uphill. Oh, just right.
Scott makes this. He's the first one to get under par and is seemingly running away with this event. Sneaks it over the nubs for a 1 under par after 11 holes.
I'll take what we can get.
Good job.